The garage was dusty, filled with old tools and forgotten treasures. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling, swaying gently in the breeze from the open door. Timmy and Tina tiptoed behind their dad, their eyes wide with curiosity and excitement.
What's in here, Dad? What are you hiding?
Dad grinned, a twinkle in his eye, clearly enjoying the suspense. He pulled a sheet off a big machine, revealing a contraption unlike anything the kids had ever seen.
The Time Twister 3000, it's amazing.
It was covered in buttons and levers, each one promising a new adventure. Tofu, their robot dog, barked excitedly, his metal tail wagging furiously.
Wow, this is incredible, Dad. How does it work?
Tina breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. She could hardly believe what she was seeing. Dad explained, his voice filled with pride and excitement.
It's a time machine. I finally fixed it. We can go anywhere in history.
He patted its side as if it were an old friend.
Where to first? Egypt, I want to see the pyramids and the Sphinx.
Tofu wagged his tail, his metal ears clanging. Dad smiled, his excitement matching theirs.
Egypt it is. Get ready for an adventure of a lifetime.
Dad typed in some coordinates, his fingers flying over the keys. The Time Twister whirred to life. Lights flashed. The air crackled with energy. Suddenly, everything went dark. When the light returned, they were no longer in their garage. They had arrived in ancient Egypt. Sand stretched as far as they could see. The air was hot and dry, with the sun blazing down relentlessly. The vast desert seemed to go on forever, with no end in sight. The heat waves shimmered, making the horizon look like a mirage.
Wow, we're in Egypt. Look at those pyramids. They look so ancient and mysterious.
Towering above them was a huge pyramid, but something was different. This pyramid was fluffy? It looked like it was made of giant sand castles. Tofu tilted his head in confusion, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. It was unlike any pyramid they had ever read about in their history books.
That's odd. Why would a pyramid be fluffy?
He said, his voice staticky. They walked closer, their curiosity piqued. As they got nearer, they heard a whimpering sound. A small, furry creature with floppy ears poked its head out from behind a sand dune. It looked like a sad puppy, but bigger. Much bigger. Its eyes were filled with sorrow, and it seemed to be in distress.
Hello, are you okay?
Tina asked cautiously, her voice gentle and soothing. The puppy whimpered again, its ears drooping.
I am Pharaoh Pup, and this is my pyramid. Or at least it was. It used to be grand and majestic.
He pointed a giant paw towards the sand pyramid, his eyes filled with sadness.
It's falling apart. My beautiful pyramid is crumbling into ruins. I don't know what to do.
Why is it falling apart?
Pharaoh Pup sighed a giant sandy sigh.
The villagers, they keep taking the sand. They say they need it to build houses, but this is my pyramid.
He looked close to tears. Tina put a hand on Pharaoh Pup's paw. It was warm and rough like sandpaper.
Don't worry, we'll help you.
Pharaoh Pup sniffed.
You will? But how?
He looked hopeful.
We need to find a way for everyone to be happy. The villagers need homes, but Pharaoh Pup needs his pyramid.
Tofu barked in agreement.
Like what? S1. I know. We can use the Time Twister to bring back something from the future. Something that can help everyone.
Like building blocks. They're strong and sturdy, and the villagers can use them to build their homes. And you can keep your sand for your pyramid.
That's a splendid idea. You're brilliant.
With Pharaoh Pup happy and the villagers taken care of, it was time to head home. The journey back through the Time Twister 3000 was always a mix of excitement and relief. They had seen so much and learned even more. Back in their own time, they sat down for dinner. The familiar sights and sounds of home were comforting after their wild adventure.
Dad, you won't believe what we saw in ancient Egypt. Timmy's eyes sparkled with excitement as he began to recount their journey.
Timmy exclaimed, his voice filled with wonder and enthusiasm. He told their dad all about Pharaoh Pup and the sand pyramid. Every detail was shared, from the golden sands to the ancient hieroglyphs they had deciphered.
That sounds like quite the adventure. Their dad's eyes widened in amazement as he listened. And you even learned about problem solving. The challenges you faced must have been tough, but you handled them well. I'm proud of you both. You showed great courage and intelligence.
As they ate, Tina smiled to herself. She was already thinking about their next journey. She couldn't wait for their next adventure with the Time Twister 3000. The possibilities were endless, and the excitement was palpable. Who knew where they would go next? The world and time itself was their playground.